first time since his suspension from the network. CNN sidelined Cuomo on Tuesday after a state investigation showed in greater detail how he helped his brother, former Governor Andrew Cuomo, defend with and liked by everyone who worked with and admired. I mean, even now, I find it hard to believe that. It just...
Hello everyone, welcome to this edition of The Take. I'm your host as always, Kenny Dix here. Glad you can join us here on The Take on this Thursday, December 2nd, 2021. This is the final week, not the final week, but the final month of 2021. We're heading towards Christmas, and we thank you for watching here on The Take on this Thursday. It's a brand new Take. All right. Like I said, first things first, join in the conversation using the hashtag Take here on Connect TV. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing is king. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on Take. Let's get started with the big story. The big story is Rihanna. Yes, singer Rihanna has been deemed a national hero in her home country of Barbados. Yes, Rihanna being honored by her own country of Barbados after they're trying to split away from their queen and form their own democracy. Let's get to the latest on Rihanna getting this prestigious honor.
We therefore present to you the destiny for national hero of Barbados, Ambassador Robin Rihanna Fenty. May you continue to shine like a diamond and bring honor to your nation by your words, by your actions, and to fit wherever you shall go. God bless you, my dear. Thank you.
You saw right now that lady said about Rihanna this.
May you continue to shine like a diamond. May you continue to shine like a diamond. May you continue to shine like a diamond.
Yeah, shine bright as a diamond. Yeah, Rihanna with her signature song that she sung a couple years ago, Diamonds. Now she shine bright as a diamond as being a national hero, being declared a national hero. And we want to congratulate Rihanna on her endeavor, being this highest achievement. Speaking of Rihanna, there's been wild reports that Rihanna may be pregnant, but the rumor mill continues to grow as many people think Rihanna's pregnant. But let's look at this bit right here. Yeah, I don't know. They're saying Rihanna may be pregnant by her boyfriend, A$AP Rocky. Only time will tell if she's expanded or not, but many people saying Rihanna don't look pregnant, and it's just a rumor, and then it's just the media just want Rihanna to be pregnant so bad to be a mom. She'll have one when it was her time, her rules. That'd be wrong, people. Some people want you to have kids automatically and be like, oh, and then when you have them, they ain't gonna help you. It ain't gonna be just like me. Rihanna got enough money. She trying to live her life to the full. She'll have kids eventually, one day. Just like me. All right, in celebrity news this week, Alec Baldwin, he's still grief and stricken after that incident, the shooting incident that happened when he accidentally shot a woman who was a stunt woman, and it was just he didn't know at the time. Well, Alec Baldwin sat down with ABC's George Stephanopoulos to get his side of the story and what had happened throughout that horrific event. Take a look.
Worked with and liked by everyone who worked with and admired. I mean, even now, I find it hard to believe that. It just doesn't seem real to me.
You haven't said much in public since that tragic accident. Why speak out now? I think the big question, and the one you must have asked yourself 1,000 times, how could this have happened? You've described it as a 1 in a trillion shot, and the gun was in your hand. How do you come to terms with that? It wasn't in the script for the trigger to be pulled.
Well, the trigger wasn't pulled. I didn't pull the trigger.
So you never pulled the trigger?
No. I would never point a gun at anyone and pull a trigger at them, never.
What did you think happened? How did a real bullet get on that set?
I have no idea.
Alec Baldwin showing compassion, showing that he didn't mean to. It just was a quick reaction, and he didn't know at the time. But you can tell Alec Baldwin don't want his career to be over with. And a lot of the conservatives, we talked about this early on the tape a couple of weeks ago, that about almost a month, that Alec Baldwin was trying to, when the incident happened, a lot of conservatives pounced on him, saying he's a murderer and look what he done to that woman. That's what some folks do. Once you do something crazy, you know what? It goes around, comes around. So we hope Alec Baldwin trying to go on this crime tour and try to get his name out. So you know how that be. Meanwhile, in other news, Tyra Banks, the host of Dance with the Stars, now she's getting a flack now about her paying models $40 for a day for doing top model. Well, Tyra Banks had America's Next Top Model. It ain't a good look for Tyra Banks. I'll tell you that right now. I hope Tyra Banks gets her stuff together, and we hope so down the road. Well, I know wearing the wigs. Speaking of that, on talk shows this week. Well, we go from talk show host Dr. Oz is making a run at it. Yeah, Dr. Oz decided that he's going to be running for Senate seat in Pennsylvania to succeed retired golf senator Pat Toomey. Dr. Oz is running as a Republican. Is that weird, Dr. Oz running as a Republican? Only the question steals. Dr. Oz, you see Arnold Schwarzenegger one time win in California, that's nearly 18 years. Donald Trump winning the presidency of the United States. So anything is possible. I think these celebrities, these personalities, public figures just take upon themselves and say, hey, I can do it. What's stopping me? It just ain't stopping you, but I just feel like politics need to be for politicians, not for public figures that want to be politicians. It just don't work like that. It's just like a flavor of the week, a flavor of the month. And that's what Trump was, the flavor of the month. Speaking of that, actress Sandra Bullock visited the Red Tabletop, and she wishes that she could match her adopted kid's skin color. In many ways, like she wished they were white, she wished she was black. She could relate to them. But let's take a look what Sandra Bullock had to say.
Sometimes I do.
Yeah,
because then it would be easier on how people approach us.
Yeah.
And I have the same feelings as a woman with brown skin, being her babies, or a white woman with, white babies. But
it's the mother-child dynamic relationship. You don't have to put a color on.
And maybe one day that will go away. Maybe one day we will be able to see with different eyes.
Totally. Yeah.
That I wish.
Yeah, Sandra Bullock. It's like Jada Pinkett Smith bring all these Hollywood A-listers, Gwyneth Paltrow, Sandra Bullock, and many more. Might bring Madonna next. But Sandra Bullock make a somewhat of a general point, simple point. But at the end of the day, it's all about what's in your heart. No matter what skin color is, no matter what your views is, it's only matter what's in your heart. So Sandra Bullock has to remember that. No matter what skin color is, people are now these days divided with skin color, like white, black, what, in between. It shouldn't be like that. All right, we'll be back with more tape. Don't go anywhere. This is the tape on Connect TV. Stick around. Welcome back to the tape. I'm your host as always, Ken Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the tape on this Thursday, December 2nd, 2021. And thank you all for watching the tape here on Connect TV. Like I said, join in the conversation using the hashtag tape here on Connect TV. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on the tape as we talk about, we get to the political rundown. On the political rundown this week, well, political rundown we got, as this is political. Speaking of that, CNN suspends host Chris Cuomo, who's the host of the popular CNN most watched series Primetime, Cuomo Primetime, whatever you want to call it. But Chris Cuomo got himself in hornet's nest with a lot going on with his brothers sexual advances and him being ousted out the governor's office and Chris Cuomo now being targeted as well. Let's get to the latest on what's going on, and let's hear a little soundbite with what Chris Cuomo had to say. Take a look.
CNN anchor Chris Cuomo for the first time since his suspension from the network. CNN sidelined Cuomo on Tuesday after a state investigation showed in greater detail how he helped his brother, former Governor Andrew Cuomo, defend himself against sexual misconduct allegations. Cuomo addressed the suspension on Tuesday on his Sirius XM radio show.
It's embarrassing, but I understand it. And I understand why some people feel the way they do about what I did. The last thing I ever wanted to do was compromise any of my colleagues and do anything but help.
That was Wednesday on the Sirius XM radio show. As for Cuomo's future, CNN says it is up in the air pending further evaluation.
Cuomo acknowledged that he's been suspended, but then leave the Republican conservative news outlet to pounce on Cuomo with this.
Of sexual harassment. The anchor texting a top aide to the brother about one of the accusers, saying,
Listen, host of Fox Media Buzz, Howie Kurtz has the latest tonight, breaking just this hour. Good evening, Howie.
Yeah, Brett, good evening. That news coming just moments ago, CNN suspending its primetime host, its top-rated host, a statement saying that newly released documents point to a greater level of involvement in his brother's efforts than we previously knew. As a result, we have suspended Chris indefinitely, pending further evaluation. And this is a reference to documents that have come out about his efforts to orchestrate the defense of his brother, the then Governor Andrew Cuomo. And the CNN host didn't address it at all last night on his show, and he spoke only of why his brother resigned on his Sirius XM program today. But the criticism had been mounting after disclosures that Chris Cuomo used his media connections to help the then governor fight sexual harassment allegations. The liberal Atlantic magazine, this of course is before the suspension, says Chris Cuomo's position is now untenable. He should resign. If he doesn't, CNN should sack him. Rolling Stone's editor says these shocking ethical breaches would be fireable offenses anywhere else. In some texts released by investigators,
same scenario that his brother is being criminally prosecuted for. It's forcible touching on the buttocks. Under his watch, under his policy, that Governor Cuomo instated. The irony of this is not lost on anyone, and he sits there night after night on air.
So he's already on thin ice. So if you're Zucker, you have to act like you're going through the motions and pondering the future of Chris Cuomo to look like you're a legitimate news organization. They're a disinformation outlet for the DNC. That's what they really are. So they're pretending, and you got to look at the resume. The guy's the highest rated guy on CNN. You just re-signed him to a deal. He's still getting slaughtered at 9 o'clock by Hannity and by Maddow. So you'd have to cut him loose. Is he damaged goods? Is he worth all the trouble that you're getting right now? Or could you kind of weather the storm and instead maybe just suspend him for 2 weeks, take stock afterwards, and then give the guy another shot and hope no one really notices? Is he going to be contrite if you suspend him? It doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would be contrite, so I don't know. But Zucker's in a jam because you're looking at the ratings of CNN. I mean, they got 3 more years of...
Yep, Chris Cuomo joined the fire, into the fire. And Chris Cuomo now suspended. We don't know how long he'll be suspended for. It's indefinitely. You know what I mean? Indefinitely means it's leading up to you getting canned. You're getting kicked out. You're getting kicked out. You know what I mean? Kicked out. Chris Cuomo being kicked out. That career, you know, they say sometimes you don't want to put yourself out there, and then you put yourself out there, it's just something bound to happen. It happens. Ooh. All right, we move on to the next with on Newsies. On Newsies this week, Playboy names Cardi B as their first creative director in residence. Well, oh God, Cardi B knows that. I'm surprised she ain't gonna do Playboy. She probably wouldn't do it because she's married and stuff. That's why the reason she would do it, but she got to look at Offset. Offset don't want people to look and objectify Cardi B as other people would think and stuff. Well, Cardi B said that creators deserve to feel safe in their creativity and their sexuality. She know a thing or two about that. She's been doing it almost 5 years. Cardi B ain't been in the game, so she knows a thing or two about that. You know how Cardi B rolls. Speaking of rolling, we found out that Twitter having news stuff that you can't. They're firing their CEO he's gone. Jack, what is his name? He's gone. And then Twitter's doing something with more users and stuff. Can't do what you want to do on Twitter. Take somebody else's work. Like, okay, Twitter doing everything they can to not get their heads in the crossfire with Facebook and the rest of them. You know how you get your head scratched and you think to yourself like, Twitter? But there's some evil people out there on Twitter, Facebook, and social media everywhere. So it is what it is. And finally, the viral video of the week. As you see, this Rhode Island high school right here does something impressive while he was doing football and they're doing the pass. Take a look. See right there in the gridiron, that roll out boy doing flips, they're making a distraction. That distraction worked, and it worked indeed. So, you know how I'm saying, it bees that way, it sounds that way. So it is what it is. And so stuff like that happens in the alert. So let that go. So also too, we were supposed to do we had the video ready for the turkey throwdown with Biden and Trump. YouTube deemed it was too controversial. We didn't do nothing controversial, but it is what it is. Maybe one day down the road we'll show it. But right now, YouTube saying it's too controversial. So thank you for rolling with us this week on the tape. We'll see you next week. We'll see you on the tape. See you later.